Good day, I'm the Swordsman, and as you can see, I'm gearing up for my local Renaissance fair. To go along with that theme, I've got something here for you to show off. It is the United Cutlery Fantasy Sword Cane. Now, I wanted this mainly for my next trip to the Renaissance Festival, because, you know, I'd look cool. I mean, why else would you want to do that? You walk around with something like this, I mean, you can walk with it, and you can fight with it. Obviously not the most practical thing you'd want to carry around today. I mean, you can't just carry around on the streets. I mean, well, you could, but you might get arrested. So I don't recommend it. Anyway, back to the review here. First off, you can see quite lengthy for a cane. It's got good balance. You can put pretty much all your weight into it, as long as you don't weigh more than, I would say, 200 pounds maybe. You're in good shape. You won't risk breaking or damaging the sword or the scabbard. Scabbard is made of hard wood and has coordinating metal fittings, which is nice because it wants just a plain black scabbard. It ends with a nice rubber tip. That way it doesn't click or clack around when you're actually walking with it, because that would be rather annoying for not just you, but anyone else around you. Now, the sword itself was beautifully detailed. It's got a nice deep blood groove going down the center. The blade is 23 inches in length. Overall, when the sword is in the scabbard, it is 38 inches long. Came razor sharp, so again, my big frustration of mine is not having to sharpen them. Sometimes I have to sharpen them when they arrive because they're dull as hell. But again, didn't have to sharpen it. Came perfectly fully functional. I have no complaint about this other than one small thing. This right here, I don't know if you can see it, the small metal tab that acts as the locking mechanism to keep the sword securely in the scabbard, so when you're walking around with it, it doesn't just constantly sheath and unsheath. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to lock in there. Now, the first one I purchased, when it arrived, I opened it up, and of course I was excited. You know how all that, that feels when you get something in the mail and you want to unbox it and just get it out. When I opened it, first thing I noticed is that the scabbard slid right off of the sword when I picked it up. And at closer inspection, the small metal tab here that I just showed you, a small piece of it must have chipped off during the shipping, or maybe even during manufacturing. I have no idea. But it was either broken off or just missing, and it did not work the way it should. So needless to say, I was pretty peeved about that. I had to send it back. It took about 2 weeks to get my replacement, which is usually a little longer than expected for such a big problem. You purchase something online, you expect it to work. It's not like a Renaissance festival where you can just walk around, walk up to a weapons vendor, pick up the sword, check it out to see if everything's fine before you make your purchase and walk out. You can't do that online. So needless to say, I was mad. But I got this about a week ago, and ever since I've been walking around the house with it. It's invaluable. I just love it. It has a nice heavy cast metal pommel. It's solid metal. It's one piece. If you needed to, you could club your spouse with it. They might club you back with something else like a purse or a shoe, but yeah, so don't do that. But anyway, it's a good showpiece. Really cool to walk around with. If you're into the Renaissance stuff like I am, go ahead and pick yourself up one. I think they have a few different types of models available. I know Kit Ray does some really nice sword canes, so look into that. I really recommend that. Little pricey. It was $99.99, so definitely save for this one if you're on a budget like me. So till next time, I'm the Swordsman. Later.